Hey y'all, Zelda here. I am here to share a little bit about a specific flower essence ally and spiritual, like energetic ally that I have been working with for the past couple days, but really the past couple weeks, both directly in terms of like taking a flower essence that I made of it, but also energetically. And one of the things that happened was that this being and a couple of the other beings that I work with are coming down in and inhabiting some skulls and some crystal homes where they can kind of anchor in their energetic vibration and share that outward and radiate that outward. So, the specific flower essence or flower that I'm going to be talking about today is common lungwort. Also, the scientific name for it is Pulmonaria Officinalis. It is part of the borage family. It is a very common, wildly growing plant and flower. It grows rhizomatically, meaning it has like a collective, like a mangrove is a rhizome. It has an interconnected collective root system. I'm not a botanist, so there is definitely a more scientific, specific way of talking about what a rhizome is, but that is just your very brief overview. And you can look online and find lots of interpretations about what this flower signifies or symbolizes. But I'm just going to share with you some of the wisdom that it's been imparting to me and why it feels relevant for the time that we're in, this moment that we're in right now. The guide that I'm working with, the spirit being that embodies this energy and that has been working with me, introduced themselves to me as Paloma. And Paloma is a word that means like pigeon or dove in Spanish. And when I lived in Chile in South America, a slang term that they used was like dame una paloma. So can I have like a drag of your cigarette? Or like a drag of anything else that you're smoking, right? It could be an herbal smoke, but like a paloma would be like an inhale. And it's interesting because I never really knew why this was a term. I just kind of absorbed it. I like figurative language, even though I don't always understand it immediately. And so it was always a really interesting image. And so when this being came to me in terms of working with Pulmonaria Officinalis, they introduced themselves, and suddenly all of these pieces kind of settled and fell into place. This flower essence, common lungwort, is an amazing essence for holding the both and being able to move between extremes or polarities in a way that is balanced and integrative and not like polarizing and intense. Because of this, it's got really great threshold energy. It makes sense to me that it presented itself to me wanting to work together at the threshold to the new year when there is a lot of reflection, planets in retrograde, turning back and reflecting on what is supportive and useful to revisit, reflect, recollect, remember. And this feels like an incredible ally for doing things like shadow work, for absorbing and taking in the medicinal quality of being able to like call your power and your energy back to you, and being able to work with projections or things that we usually put outwards to process, and allowing that to be a fully autonomous freedom and liberatory underpinnings for like evolution and personal change. The card that presented itself, this is from the Moon Power Tarot, and not necessarily more or less so than in other decks, but this is the deck that I had available. And the card that presented itself to me as being an ally and an archetype that works with similar energies as Paloma, as common Lungwort, is temperance. And temperance has this quality, right? When a blade is tempered, it is moved from hot to cold. It's tempered by the extremes, right? The extreme elements, the extreme temperatures, the extreme way that the blade is being formed and honed and changed. It shifts the quality and uncovers the quality of like the metal that you're working with. Because of this, temperance has this quality of like mediating extremes, of balancing extremes, of harmonizing extremes. And common lungwort also has this quality of bringing in like the way that an inhale merges in some ways, takes in the outside, converts some of it, and then releases, right? This feels like the infinity symbol almost, right? Of being in a relationship, of this going back and forth. It also feels very grounding, so pulling down out of the head and into the body to really be inhabited and fully embodied. So I wanted to offer that to you, and because of this, I'm going to have just like a limited amount of flower essence of this. I only have the amount that I made kind of to work with it myself, and so I only have like, maybe 10 to 20 bottles of it. But if you're feeling really called to this energy, if you want to work with it, let me know, and I would be happy to do a limited release bottle for you. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. I can't wait to hear if you've been working with any flower essences like this, or what your thoughts are in terms of these connections. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye.